Okay, this is day 31, and I thought I'd go over a couple of things that happened on Friday while I was out doing reporting and so forth. I did get a response from the attorney. We had a deadline coming up tomorrow for the response from the DNC for my lawsuit against the DNC. If you don't remember the case, it's just saying, hey, there was Hillary took over the campaign. There was a lot of shenanigans that occurred with the Awans, with Act Blues. There was a lot of fraud in that sense because there was misrepresentations. I gave money all along the way thinking I was giving to Bernie when in fact there was a secret agreement to sweep funds into Hillary for America's account in Brooklyn. So that's the case. And you'll see the docket here and then the docket entries. I filed on the 26th, for those who don't remember. We had a return of service affidavit from on the 6th, meaning that somebody at the DNC signed for it. Now, the Perkins Coie is going to contest that. I'll just let you know right now, same as the Sean Lucas situation for defective service. That was eventually found not to hold in the Beck case. So then, anyway, they are linking. Now, this is interesting. Perkins Coie, and this is a guy by the name of Marshall. I think of Brian Marshall. He is the one who's linking this case to the Podesta case, and he's saying, "Hey, these two cases should be linked together so that this case basically is first with Judge Tanya Chutkin, and then we'll follow up with the Contreras case." Based on the fact that they're a lot of the same defendants with the Awans. So it's interesting that the only common denominator between the two cases was the Awans. The charges were very different between Podesta Group, Fusion GPS on the other side, and ARMZ. That was more of a pay-to-play lawsuit. This is more of a kind of a spiring in Congress lawsuit. So it's interesting that the Perkins Coie would join the two cases. Basically saying, hey, the Awans were fundamentally a part of the DNC. And I think that's news. So it'll be interesting. But anyway, on late Friday afternoon called and I was out, of course, with email and asked for an extension because the deadline's coming up tomorrow. I immediately sent an email back when I saw this and said, that's fine. They want to go till the 19th of December. I thought that's fine. Please. Again, my intent on this lawsuit is not the monetary damages. I had to sue for the monetary damages to follow the Beck example, but in order to compel. But what I really want is production of documents. Production of documents of, hey, what kind of connection was there to Hillary for America? How did information go from one place to the other? How did the NGP van information get up there? How did you interface with Act Blues? How did you interface with Share Blue? How did the information go from point A to point B? And how do we know that the donor information was handled without this kind of commingling? And how do we know that the congressional information and all these illegal logins, all these transfers of terabytes to Pakistan, all these illegal logins, all these money transfers, how do we know that some of that money wasn't diverted to Pakistan? We just don't know until we discover, and that's why we need to discover. Again, I'm willing to settle at any point along the way if key documents are produced. Key server logs are produced for the DNC servers, the Hillary for America servers, the mail servers, the NGP van servers, of course, and the iConstituent servers, as well as the Grafenstein report. So I'm very open to settling just with publication of documents, and that's where we are this morning. I willingly granted a motion to Perkins Coie to December 19th to prepare a response.